Spending your time in a hospital wouldn't be as much of a problem if it was enjoyable. However, that's often not the case. In fact, 63% of patients say that the most stressful aspect of their appointment is waiting. So how can hospitals make an immediate positive impact on how their patients feel while visiting? The most obvious answer is to start with where the majority of their visitors head towards, which is the waiting room. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny, and today I'm going to show you 5 amazing hospital waiting rooms that you wouldn't mind visiting. But before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, you might as well hit that alert bell icon next to it so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. It's taken some time, but hospitals are slowly starting to redesign their entire campuses in order to make visiting them better for their patients. As part of that, many hospitals have taken up an architectural design style known as biophilic design. Biophilic comes from the term biophilia, which describes our affinity for the natural world and how it calms us. Our first example of an amazing hospital room is Khoo Teck Puat Hospital located in Singapore. The hospital commissioned Singapore-based design firm CPG Corporation for its redesign in 2010. They were asked to design a building so that one's blood pressure lowers when him or her enters the hospital grounds. 5 years later in 2015, and the new campus and waiting rooms feature an abundance of natural light, refreshing breezes, and tranquil views. It has 4 times as much greenery within it than the land that it sits on, to include rooftop gardens, stormwater ponds, and around 200 species of plants. When you visit a pediatrician's or a children's hospital's waiting room area, you'd at least hope to see some decoration geared towards appealing to kids. After all, that is their patient demographic. Our next example of an amazing hospital waiting room is Multidisciplinary Healthcare Center Boomerang Health, located in Vaughan, Ontario. They appeal to kids' natural sense of creativity through their entire campus. More specifically though, their goal when designing their facility was to cater to children's physical, developmental, and mental health needs. Their waiting rooms place an emphasis on privacy, as it has sectioned off areas they call huddle rooms. They're a place where practitioners can consult with their patients. They also provide iPads filled with child-friendly activities to keep them preoccupied while waiting for their appointment. But they don't only cater to their patients. They understand that parents are involved throughout the entire process as well. Parents can visit one of their family kitchens for a hot or cold beverage and other refreshments. One of the most frustrating aspects beyond sitting in the waiting room is trying to find it. Navigating winding hospital hallways and corridors could take forever if you don't know how to get where you're looking for. Our next amazing hospital waiting room is from Novak Center Children's Hospital, located in Louisville, Kentucky. Their facility opened up in summer of 2018 and also uses biophilic design aspects throughout, although it takes it a little less literally. Instead of living plants and greenery, the hospital uses natural murals and motifs that reflect landscapes seen throughout rural Kentucky. But what makes their waiting rooms amazing is that the facility has color-designated floors based on the native animals to Kentucky in order to appeal to children's natural sense of wonder. Instead of following confusing lines painted on hallway floors, their innovative navigation system makes finding their waiting rooms much more enjoyable. Patients recovering from traumatic illnesses need to feel comfortable in order to heal faster, but feeling comfortable isn't solely based on what they're sitting on. Color also has a huge impact and effect on our mentality at healthcare organizations. Chemothermia Oncology Center in Istanbul, Turkey, understands the effect color has on patient recovery and kept this in mind when designing their patient rooms and facilities. The designers commissioned for this facility had the goal to increase patient motivation for those going through long treatment plans. This meant staying away from what traditional healthcare centers look like and using a more contemporary and comforting style. Not every hospital or healthcare center is located in a peaceful area. Many of them are smack dab in the middle of a bustling city. The biggest problem with that is noise pollution. Hearing cars honking, sirens, and other industrial noises doesn't help patients recover faster. But Navias Wellness and Neuropathy Center achieved this, and they're in the heart of a city that has almost 8.5 million people living within it. The building and waiting rooms use a mix of nature and man-made barriers to keep patients at ease while they're there. A cannonball tree actually weaves its way through the facility to add to the experience of a biophilic design. It's also covered in a modern-looking Jali screen that cuts out both city and light noise from the surrounding city. Between the Jali and the interior windows of the building sits medicinal plants to help encourage a therapeutic environment. Redesigning a hospital waiting room or entire facility is by no means a small endeavor, but it's a project that can have a lasting impact on patients. From their perspective though, there is some good news, as most healthcare administrators already realize these positive impacts of redesigning your waiting room. It's just a matter of time when they decide to start the redesign process. For more information on hospital waiting rooms and their effects on patient experiences, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.